I'm back, ladies and gentlemen, lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I wanted to continue my thought after the phone rang. It was my mother. Yeah, about Saul Alinsky, and I started to say I think he just taught people how to be progressives who get things done. I know he's been misquoted. That rules for radicals has been completely misquoted. A lot of weird things have been put in there that did not exist in the original text. How would I know this? Because I read Rules for Radicals online, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God! Again with the pearl clutching. Calm down. So, yeah, a lot of, that happens from time to time. I know you're going to find it hard to believe, but oftentimes one segment of society wants to discredit another segment of society by falsely quoting them or attributing characteristics to them that are not true by in any stretch of the imagination. So I think that's what happened to our dear sweet Saul Alinsky. Now, mind you, I'm not an expert on the person. All I know is that I've seen people over the years freak out and just blurt out Saul Alinsky, and everybody runs and oh, how dare so-and-so. I think Hillary Clinton did a thesis on him or something, and it was, of all of her sins, that was her tamest one, I think. So, at any rate, yeah, Saul Alinsky. I like saying Saul Alinsky. So, yeah, and remember how Hillary said she was a progressive who gets things done, and we all sort of, I guess, slapped our legs and wildly and laughed to the point of wetting our pants over that. Because, look, if you don't have to usually announce that you are something like, oh yeah, I'm total progressive, and Bernie's, they're going back and forth, and it dominated like a 24-hour news cycle, of course. Meanwhile, while, Obama was secretly dropping drones on God knows who, they were screaming about who's a progressive who gets things done. It's just crazy. It's all theater for the masses, ladies and gentlemen. I'm cranky right now, can you tell? Not cranky, just forthright. Because I just can't believe, just look into something before freaking and running. Like I said, this Alinsky creature didn't, he didn't physically harm anybody, to my knowledge. It was really about some, I think, African Americans, I believe it was in Chicago, that weren't getting a fair shake at some housing, and that's how it kind of began. Bernie Sanders went up there and protested it as well. He didn't have to go far, because I think he was attending college at the University of Chicago. If I'm not mistaken, and from time to time I am, I know it's a shock. So, yeah, that's how that all began. Just like, the Black Panthers were also sort of called everything but a white woman. I'm sure. Remember that statement? Why would the Black Panthers be called? Okay. My attempt at humor. It's failing, maybe. My back really hurts and it's making me a little cranky. Like my shoulder blade region, or as Mother calls it, her wings. One time Mother fell or something, and I had to go over and live with her. Oh, she was in bad shape. And she kept saying, it's by my wings. Like she's convinced her shoulder blades are wings. I don't know. Where was I? Now I've gone completely off track with what I was saying. Oh, something about people attributing... Oh, Black Panthers, that's right. I watched a documentary about them. If you want to learn something about a group that's been demonized, maybe just take a gander. I've done that even with, I do that with so-called conspiracy loons and all, because I love to be a conspiracy analyst. And, yeah, some of the stuff's on target. Some of it's a little out there, like the actor-based reality. I think we've covered that. Yeah, so, I looked at this docu about them. They did a lot of good for their community. They had a breakfast thing going on where they would serve underprivileged children, I guess they're called. Is that what it's called? Poor black children, let's just be blunt. A good meal, because oftentimes they didn't get one at home. I think they set up daycare, all kinds of good. They had some good ideas. But, oh my God, we can't allow those blacks to have any power. We have to freak out and infiltrate them, and which happened, of course. I know that's a shock, ladies and gentlemen, because, nobody ever gets infiltrated. I mean, did you ever think that some of these protests and whatnot are often infiltrated by people to make the overall group look bad? Like, I can't think of one offhand. Like Black Lives Matter, I guess. That's the first one that came to mind. Don't freak out. I have read their platform. I don't see anything, outrageous that they're asking for, but I'm using them as an example. That somebody might infiltrate them from, say, the FBI maybe, to make them look bad, start a riot, to do something that gives the whole group a bad name. And I'm sure it also happens with people that are more inclined to be on the other side of the spectrum, like the so-called right-wing people. I bet you there's people that infiltrate them to make them not look very pleasant as well. Just a fact of life. So, okay, I think that is all. I've now just continued my earlier bloviating, and I am now going to go in and probably take a little dose of kratom. I got to take maybe something that's going to pep me up a bit. I just feel like I need it. So that is all. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please drop your political identity, join together with me and others so that we can focus on issues in order to make this world a better place.